Hello, everyone. Okay, so today I'm going to review this latest catch I got when I was at the Springfield, Massachusetts Amherst show. And I managed to score this BR-103 era 5, I believe it is, and it's the traffic red. And actually, I was looking for one of these because I have different paint schemes of 103s and different versions, but I did not have the traffic red. So Marklin is now making a traffic red BR-103, but they're looking for premium pricing for this. So I was not that interested in that since I got so many. I was hoping to either score, mainly I was looking to score a digital 103 with the 5-pole motor in it, but I couldn't find it. But I got this at a very, very good price. I said, okay, I'll have it modified to my liking. All right, so this here is the 33572 Delta version. Okay, so for those folks that are new to Marklin and not familiar with it, the Delta is the universal. If you look, it looks like a U here, and it has three lines forming the U, meaning that this can run on analog, digital, and Delta. Yes, Delta was a separate thing in its time. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what we got. Okay, so. And it still has a price, and actually I did not pay that. I paid a lot better than that, and I'll keep it on there as my record though. So let's see what it looks like. So box is in good shape. The cradle is in very good shape. It's not yellowed. That's one of the things I look for at the cradle. If the cradle's yellowed, you have to be careful with it because that will shatter if you're not careful. So let's go ahead and let's put the box off here on the side. And like I said, the cradle is perfect, so that's very good. And we have the two cloth pieces. Very good. So far, so good. Everything seems to be complete. So let's pull the engine out. And put this off to the side. Let's get the instructions. Put this right here like that. And get the cradle out of the way. All right, so far packaging looks very good. Let's take a look at the instructions. The instructions are perfect. I mean, there's no tears, nothing. This is the parts diagram, or the exploding diagram, if you want to call it. One of the better ones, actually. This one's very nice. I mean, the newer ones, they're maybe the quarter of the size, but this one is immense. So kudos to Marklin on that. And we have the actual manual here, and let's open that up. And they have a little description of the prototype. So very, very, a little bit of history on the 103. Quick history. The 103 was before anything else came out. Nowadays, when this came out, this was like the most powerful engine Germany had. It's like had about 12,000 horsepower or so. I'm not sure how many kilowatts total that would have been, but I know each of these motors here, each of these axles were powered in the prototype, and easily can handle, and I know this for a fact because I've traveled behind these 12, 15, 10-car trains at 200 kph. The real prototype of this was the E03 that came out in the late 60s, and I think they made 4 of these, which later on, the BR103 came from that. And as far as I know, the E03, they have a couple of them still out in preservation, and actually they still run them for excursions. It's a very elegant machine. If you've never been on one of those, if you go to Germany and they have an excursion train, sometimes they put these in actual regular service. They have done that, and they will advertise it too. So, but the one thing is that it came out during the year of the late 60s, mid to late 60s, when rail travel was experiencing a renaissance in Europe and in actually and also in Japan. They came out like almost within the same year when the Shinkansen came out, then the 103 came out, and actually the United States tried, and they did it with their Metroliners. So that was like, the high-speed race was starting to kick on. So, but I'm not going to get into that too much because we know how quickly Europe, especially Germany, Asia, especially Japan, how quickly they accelerated their passenger train program. So these are the different ones that are out there. So this happens to be a Delta model, so we have to find out what's going on with that. So we're going to look at this. So here's the Delta module, the Delta dip switches. This is kind of interesting. This is when Delta was its thing. I almost want to say it's like a poor man's version of digital. I just never really understood it. I guess they tried to get it to everybody because straight digital locomotives were more expensive than the Delta ones. So they tried to get multi-train control to everybody. Now, if anybody wants to add to this, please do so in the comments and fill me in on that. So okay, so right now I don't know what this is set for. I'm gonna tell you right out. So what I'm gonna have to do is open the body up and we'll see what this is set for. Okay, so if it's set to analog, it's not going to run. Okay, so let me go ahead and I want to start running this not on the Titan. I want to run this on the 6021 here. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video and prepare the 6021 for a power up. Okay, welcome back. Okay, so the 6021 is powered up and ready to go. And check the cabling and everything's ready to go. All right, so first step is we're going to open this up and we're going to see how the switches are set. Okay. Normally when you get these, if I remember correctly, it's set for analog right off the bat. Now, this being like a second-hand unit, I don't know what it's set for, so I'm not going to take a chance. I'm going to open it up. But before we do that, let's take a look at the engine itself. Everything looks good on this. I mean, the paint is in very good condition, almost like new. All the roof detailing looks good. Pantographs, looks like they never even touched any type of a wire at all. And let's see, they spring up. Yep, they spring up with no problem. Very good. Let's see, get that in there. Let's take a look at the front here. It has the traffic red DB 103 on that side. This side looks very good, very good. It's like it's just very perfectly like new. So yeah, it looks good, So a typical A headlight. Let's take a look on the side here. Traction tires look good. Gears look good. There's the lever. I don't think this engine had many hours on it at all. The wheels they're perfect. So I would be surprised if this thing even had maybe more than 10 hours on it. So I would say maybe 1 to 10 hours on it. All right, so let's open it up. Let's find out what the decoder number is on this. So we'll undo this. And let's undo this guy right here. Always consult the manual if you've never done this before. One thing beautiful about Marklin, it's most of their engines, about 98% of them are really easy to get into. So let's lift this off, put this down here, and let's check the coating table. So yeah, so this obviously has the coil on it, has the circular commutator on it, looks like the brushes haven't been really worn, or the wires or the placements here are very to the end here, so it hasn't been ran very much at all. Okay, so let's take a look at this here. So we'll go ahead and match up the table here to see if we can get it running here. And according to this, we got everything is 1, 2, 3, 3 is off and 4 is on, and that takes me right away to 26. So this is already set for digital mode. Okay, so now we need that. So let me make a mental note of that. And you know what? I'm gonna just put the body back on and see how this behaves. Okay. So by the way, when you do this, when you're working with the screws here, don't ever over tighten them. You don't want to break the housing that these are in. Okay. Otherwise, you're going to probably wind up getting a new shell. So just tighten them up nice and snug. This one's giving me a little bit of trouble. Let me just turn the engine around. It would help if I get it even here. I'll get it lined up. Let's bring the pantograph up, give me a little bit more room. There we go. And just give it a little snug and put the pantograph down. Let's put this in the cradle down here. By the way, this cradle is made by ESU, and this is magnetic. So if you're interested in that, that's interesting. Getting one of these, this is built by ESU. So this is what I'm using here is the Marklin toolkit. This is 70900. So if anybody's interested in buying one of these, that's what it is. And this is what you get. This is basically all you need. Okay. All righty. Okay. A moment of truth. Let's get it on the rails. I use the 6021 for testing only. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it and kill the power. And let's rail the engine. Okay. And I can move the wheels so it's not seized at all. So let's go ahead and hit 26, I believe I said. Yeah, 26. Let's hit the go button. We got got it. We got power on the track. All right, let's see if she'll move. And she does. Okay. Now, the thing about the Delta module is that the headlights will brighten up as the more power you add to it. So you cannot control the lights on these. Yeah, but they do change. Okay. Good runner. Okay, but however, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this modified, okay? I'm going to send this down to Helmets Hobby Specialities and have Scott Hausman do a modification on this, okay? Because one of the things I'm not too crazy about the Delta module is the coil. I want to have speed control. I want to be able to do different things on this. So this is what I'm going to do is to send this down and have him take a look at it. He is not going to have to do much because this is practically brand new, but I'm going to do an upgrade. So, because I want the special types of functions, and I will surprise you so I can run it on my CS2 and do some things with it. So, once I get it back, I will do another video and you can try to compare before and after. So, other than that, for the price I paid, which is not the price that was on the box, I'm pretty happy, and I can put it on the CS2 right now and run it as is, and would not give me a lick of trouble. But like I said, I'm gonna have it modified. Okay, so that's about it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and the stuff that I went over. Again, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down. And please give me a comment as to how I can improve upon it. So at this point, I'm just going to bid you good night. And we'll see you in another video. Thank you very much. And hope you enjoy your rest of your night and many hours of model railroading. Okay, till the next time. Goodbye.